This video is going to be a step-by-step instruction guide for how to get better at this game. I'm going to go over drills in creative that I recommend you master because these are fundamental drills when you're talking about mechanics. The question I get in my comment section is how can I improve my mechanics when it comes to Fortnite? This video is going to help all those people. If you're a more advanced player, I'm just warning you that these tips are going to be basic in the start, but as the video goes along, you might see that some of these drills you can use in everyday practice. If you recently just changed inputs or you changed your keybinds, this video is going to drastically help you remember your settings. I'm doing this video because not only am I doing this for myself right now and I'm doing these drills as we speak, but also at the same time I know that other people want to get good at the game and I want to help y'all out. So like I said, I'm gonna start out with a lot of basic stuff. I have YouTube videos on a lot of tutorials, so whenever we get to a tutorial that I know I made a video on, I'm gonna tell you guys. That way I'm gonna leave it in the description, and if you want to learn more on how to do it, you can go check that out for yourself. So the first thing I want to point out that I don't have any videos on is if you can't do this, learn how to do this first. Once you get better at this, add this in there. From there, you can even practice doing this with the extra stair at the bottom. This requires you to look down a little more. That way you have a better angle to place that very first stair. You can even jump while you're doing it as well. But you don't need to master that, as you're going to be learning other things to help your mechanics get even better. So from here, the very next thing you want to learn how to do is this move right here. I'm going to break it down for you in slow motion and tell you exactly how to do it. Is the first thing you want to place two stairs like this. Notice, pretend my character is a crosshair. I'm going to move down in this direction. From here, I drag the two walls. Now I go across this way, and then to finish it up, I drag the walls and bring it back this way. And then from here, I could start all over again. So what I want to do is I want to drag like this, place the walls, and then like that. I want to keep this movement very tight and clean. You don't need to drag all the way over here and all the way over here. It's quick. Happens really fast, and that's how you do it. The very next thing you want to learn how to do is 90s. I'm going to show you really quick how to get better at them and learn how to do them. This is all going to be a quick demonstration for these beginner moves. So 90s is a two-part motion. First you place these walls, then you jump, look this direction, and place this. You want to jump into the 90. Don't jump. What you don't want to do is do this and then hit the wall right here. You want to jump into the stair. That way you don't hit the wall. So it's a two-part motion. Walls, stairs. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Start out slow by doing 190, putting a ramp in between like this, and then do 290s, put a ramp in between, and then eventually you'll be able to work your way up to 390s. Now, if you're practicing, this is going to be a good trick on how to work on your edit speed and get quicker at your edits and just learn your binds. So what you want to do is you want to come here and just place a wall and just work on editing a wall and resetting it constantly. The best drill to learn to get used to your keybinds when it comes to editing is you want to do this right here. You reset and then come through, reset and then come through. It helps you with resets, and it also helps you with confirming edits as well. From there, after you've done this a couple times and you can now do it fluently, the next thing you want to work on is just doing tile edits and just constantly flipping walls and doing tile edits. Now, I mentioned this in my other videos as well, but from here, what you want to work on, especially when you're on console, is always editing the same direction. So you always start like this. Always edit tiles like this whenever you want to do a four-corner edit. When you do the bottom one, always swipe up from the bottom. Always keep the same motion whenever you're doing edits. That way it builds muscle memory. Once you feel you have a good grip for your edit keybinds, start working on doing edits while building ramps. From here, the next step you want to do is doing double edits. I have an entire tutorial on double edits, so if you want to learn more about how to do double edits, just make sure you check the link in the description. Now, once you get good at the double edits with one tile, work on doing two tiles as well, because this will help you lead up to the moves I'm going to show you later on that are more advanced. The next thing you want to start practicing is being able to do this. What you do when you start out is that you just place the floor and the stair like this. Start slow if you need to, and then eventually you add this into there. A big tip is to take out your shotgun or your pickaxe before you start doing this, because if you don't, you're probably going to snag this wall when you go to edit this stair. Now, another thing you want to start practicing is these side jumps. Make sure you can land on a floor and a stair. You're kind of landing in the middle, very close to this cone here. I have a full video on this, so if you want to check that out and how to do side jumps, I got you with a link in the description. But there are multiple different side jumps you can do. Most important is to just work on starting like this, not landing on anything, then eventually you go to that. From here, you can also learn how to do this one, which is really important. This will get you used to movement and moving while building, and it helps a lot in build battles. This is something that is very, very important for movement all across the board when it comes to this game. Learning how to do side jumps will help your movement drastically. Once you do side jumps, learn how to do this move right here as well. If you notice, I'm not jumping and then jumping again. The correct way to do it is to turn around, then jump. This makes it so you jump one last time and will make you faster during build battles when you need to turn around. That's something that you should be able to do after you kind of master 90s as well. Now, if you can't do 90s, try and learn how to do that right there. It's pretty much the same thing, but without jumping. Now, from here, another thing I want to talk about is editing down. Make sure that when you edit these floors and this, you do it really quick and you think of it as one movement. This is the floor and this is the stair. Think of trying to do that edit as quickly as you can in one set. So really quickly, you go boom, boom, like that, as quickly as you can. And eventually, over time, you'll be able to do it really, really quick and stagger them together. But as you start, think of it as one set. You want to do one, take a break. One, take a break. Then eventually, you just bring the whole thing together. The next thing you want to work on is being able to do this and then edit through and just pretty much just adding all the things we just talked about earlier into this right here. So you do this, you take out your pickaxe. So that way, if you don't place this wall, you don't get stuck on that edit. And then you come here like this. Now you should be able to do this from both sides as well, and this will really, really help you when it comes to build fights. So another thing you want to work on is being able to edit cones like this, starting out really slow. And then if you want to make this more complicated, you add a wall right there, and you just keep editing the tiles like that. Another thing you can do is just constantly double edit these and get used to resetting them as well, because it will allow for more practice too. This will help with your editing and resetting, and that's a really good drill to do. Just constantly walk around and double edit these and reset them everywhere. Even if you screw up, it doesn't matter. Just keep going and practice as much as you can. So the most important thing you need to understand is to make sure that you can use your shotgun while building. Make sure you can edit really quick or as fast as you can. Make sure that you don't get frustrated either. This is going to come over time. I'm showing you progressions of how to do stuff and how to get better. But keep in mind that this is kind of a step-by-step tutorial, so you need to take this into consideration when you're doing it for yourself. Don't think that you're going to be able to start doing all the things I'm doing from day one. So I'm going to assume from here on out that you finally learned all those things really well and you understand those basics. So from here, you can pretty much just learn how to start free building. All you got to do to start free building is to learn how to do a thryfo cone like this. This is really easy. Make sure that if you ever place the cone here and it comes on your head like this, that means you're looking too far down. You need to look higher up. And this is something that happens with a lot of builds. If you ever catch yourself on something, make sure you're looking higher up, because that way it will allow you to not have that thing happen that just happened right there. So for example, you just need to go like this, and I don't even need to jump while I'm doing it, but the correct way to do it to gain momentum is to learn how to do it with a jump. Make sure you practice everything I'm teaching you from both sides as well. That way you'll be a way more well-rounded player. So a quick thing to note when doing the thryfo cone is that you jump into it like that. You jump up and you place the cone. Now if I really wanted to, I can even get a third cone up there and do a thryfo cone that way. This one's a little less practical and honestly doesn't make as much sense, but you could do it that way if you wanted to and practice that. The more you practice, the better you're going to be at it. Not only this, but at everything. The more and more you learn about this game and the more mechanics you do and the more drills you practice, the more you're going to be able to put it all together and it just comes out naturally when it comes into the game. Whether it's useful or not, it will teach you something that will be able to be used somewhere else. You want to learn how to thryfo cone, that way you can get into free building like this, or you could just step on a flat and then come like this. Now when it comes to free building, you can either scissor ramp up like this, or you can just put a thryfo cone anywhere while you're ramping up. For example, like right here, and then just keep going. Now from here, this is honestly the most fun drill to practice. I can literally sit in creative and do this for hours because I'm still working on it myself. What you want to do is you want to build this right here. Take out your shotgun and get used to editing with your shotgun out while you're building and constantly going between your switch mode or your map and your shotgun, whatever, if you're on keyboard and mouse. And then you just edit like this and then attach a wall and a stair and then constantly do this motion. And then if you notice, I take out my shotgun and then I'll jump and do the next one like this. And you just constantly go in this spiral fashion and it will really, really help you with your edits. Now, if you want to make this more complicated, what you want to do is you want to do this move like this. And then from here, take your shotgun out and then work on shooting, then building, and then continuing to do the whole thing over again. This will really, really help you with getting quick protected shots off without your enemy even realizing it. This is literally one of my most slept on drills because it teaches you everything when it comes to Fortnite. Building, shooting, and catching yourselves in a 1v1. And that's something that is really hard to learn at the start, but this drill does a good job of that. It doesn't matter where you end up shooting. You just want to come out of a build and learn how to shoot, because that's something that you do in 1v1s all the time to get protected shots off. Now, the reason why I'm teaching you guys these high ground retakes in particular, because if you can learn how to do these specific ones, then you'll really get a good grasp for how the building mechanics work in this game, and you'll understand what buildings place on top of each other, what builds I can place over, what builds can reach certain distances. It's really helpful. So with that being said, we're going to start pretty basic. We're just going to come here and we're going to do this right here. This is something that Faye Sway taught me, and I really, really like this one. It's really simple and something good for people that are starting out. So you just jump and you go like that. Now, if you notice, all I did was just kind of build like that and catch myself with a stair. So all I did was go boom. So it's like an upside down U. And then I placed this stair on top of me because I held my turbo build and then just went like that. Some quick pointers to this is that you want to make sure you jump at the very edge of the stair, and it will allow you to get better elevation that way. So you just jump like that and you land in the middle. And then you can keep doing this continuously over and over and over again. You just keep doing it from the other side like this. So this next high ground retake is a little more complicated, and it starts off with a double edit. So it's really important to make sure you get used to the double edits like I said earlier in the video. You double edit this, and then from here you just place 2 stairs like this, and then you just catch yourself with 2 walls and a stair. Now this can get really complicated, but this is the basic version of it. From here, the next step you want to do is place a stair, because if I were to edit any one of these tiles without this floor here, then it would just all break. So you edit this and then edit that, and then you're able to go up again and start wherever the hell you want. Now if I were to hop on keyboard really quickly, you can even get all of those surrounding walls. And it just depends on how long you flick the walls around. It's really simple. Now you can even take this move to the opposite direction as well. And that's how you get both of these stairs here, which allow you to edit through. This is one of the hardest ones, honestly. And when you get used to this, you're going to be really good at the game. The more walls you add, the more protected you're going to be when you do these side jumps. Now another thing I like to do is to just constantly jump between cones like this. This makes it really cool looking, and you can come off as a really quick editor as well. It's a little flashy, but I like it. Like I said, going back to the other one, when you get here, you can edit this wall, and then face sway goes like this and comes through and then finishes off like this. Also, another one he does with the same thing, he comes here, he edits this, and then jumps up and then flips this ramp and then continues for high ground that way. The one thing I didn't add in this video was tunneling, but I have a whole tutorial about how to tunnel and the correct ways to do it, especially in a scrim setting. So I'm gonna leave that in the description. I would recommend practicing those as well. But for the time being, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe, because 94% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. I would appreciate it a whole lot if you guys came through and followed me on my Twitch channel as well. If you have any further questions or want to discuss this topic any further, feel free to come through in the Discord or in my Twitch chat. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm not playing hockey. Cause they gon' wear it and they don't really like me. Cause I go scared